Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my May wrap up. And this is all the things that I actually read in May. Nothing big, nothing substantial, but a lot of small things. And my overall experiences while reading in May was okay. I would have liked to actually read bigger things instead of loads of small things, but I think that I had a okay month. So let me just show you what I read and talk about it, and you get the point with these wrap up videos. So, some of you may be aware of that recently it was Free Comic Book Day, and I went to one of my favourite comic book shops up in London called the Forbidden Planet. I've done a whole video dedicated to Free Comic Book Day. I will have a picture up here and a link will be down below, and it will show you what I actually got on that day. Comics, and I think I got a few novels as well. And I also have done a vlog separate to Free Comic Book Day. I did a vlog in the Forbidden Planet. So if you are curious about what it looks like over here in London, you can watch that. It will also be linked down below in case you want to check it out. But these are all the comics that I actually read in May. This is probably about 2/3 of the comics that I got. I wanted to read all of them in 1 month, but yeah, I think I did quite well. The ones that I haven't actually read I will be reading in June. So I really like these comics, some more than others. I'm not really much of a comic book fan. I'm more of a graphic novel type of guy because you can get more of the story in a graphic novel than just a quick short comic book. Also, I won't be reviewing any of these, so no worries there. I'm not going to do a super long video. But these are the ones that I actually enjoyed. Not sure if I will be getting any of these, but these are ones that I really liked. So just quickly, it was Bloodborne. I got the one for Free Comic Book Day, and this is volume 1. So I really like them. Not sure if I will be continuing with that. And naturally, I enjoyed Batman. More specifically, the Fear Street version, or the Fear Street story. I mean, as I said in my video for Free Comic Book Day, you can't go wrong with Batman, but I really enjoyed it. Next is Nottingham. This is a short, more darker retelling of Robin Hood. This is probably the one that I'm probably going to get in graphic novel form. A V.E. Schwab, Extraordinary, which I really liked. And this one, which is called Nina Hawk's Nightmare Blog. So yeah, not sure if I will be continuing with this one, but if I happen to see it, I will grab it. And these are the ones that I didn't really care for that much. So that was Star Wars, Batgirl, what else? This one about talking animals that coexist with humans or try to overthrow them and all that stuff. Warhammer. Unfortunately, Bloodthirsty wasn't that great. This was the reason why I picked that specific bundle up, but this was boring. God of War, it was okay, nothing special. Little Guardian, or Guardians, again it was a cutesy wootsy book, but it was nothing that great. Disappointingly, the Joker was boring. It didn't really have the Joker in it at all. He was mentioned, but he only showed up briefly at the end. And again, disappointingly, Blade Runner, which was okay, nothing special. Plus, I haven't actually added any of these on Goodreads. I could have completely smashed my Goodreads goal within half the year by adding all these on, but I haven't included any of these on Goodreads because I thought that would be cheating, sort of. So the books that I ended up reading in May was Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. I did this as a buddy read with Sin from Sin's Book Nook. I've got a whole video dedicated to this, so it'll be linked down below. This is book 2 in the Witcher series, and it's a short story collection. I really enjoyed it. It was probably only slightly below The Last Wish, but I really enjoyed it. I'm currently reading book 3, which is called The Blood of Elves. It's a different format. It's a longer story rather than a bunch of short ones, but I am really liking it. Not sure where it's ultimately going to end up, but I'm also doing that as a buddy read with Sin as well, where we'll probably be by reading the whole series together. But I really enjoyed Sword of Destiny, and currently The Blood of Elves I'm also liking. But Sword of Destiny, I rated that a 4.5 stars out of 5. Next I read was Jurassic Dead. This is co-written by David Skakmeister and Rick Chesler. I probably again butchered their names, but I done my best. This is obviously about zombie dinosaurs. I've done a whole video on this, so again it will be linked down below in case you want to check it out. This is just a stupid little book about these group of individuals that have to survive on this island with all these zombie dinosaurs and all these reptilian zombie humanoid creatures. I mean, it was fine for what it was, and I rated it a 3 stars out of 5. Next was The Mask, and this is written by Steve Perry. This is the most recent video on my channel, well, apart from this one. This is based on the Jim Carrey movie. There isn't much that actually differentiates the two. This one obviously has more materials and more scenes and more backstory with The Mask. And I just got this because I am a massive fan of Jim Carrey and obviously the movie The Mask. And I had a lot of fun reading this. This was an absolute pleasure to read. I might be including this in a giveaway at one point, but I rated The Mask a 4 stars out of 5. So I was a little bit down at one point during this month, and I wanted to read something that would elevate me, that would lift me up, that would cheer me up. And I wanted to read something I knew that I enjoyed in the past, and I wanted to return to it. I wanted it to be really short and really to the point. And I chose to actually reread The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I've read this probably about 2, maybe 3 times already. This is sci-fi at its best. I have yet to do a video on this. I'm planning to do something special with this one if the weather allows me to do it, which is going to be more of a discussion video. So keep an eye open for that. It'll be up on my channel fairly soon. I'll try to do it fairly soon. It is wonderfully ridiculous, it really is. And every time I read it, I'm always jumping from a 4 to a 5-star rating. But in this year, I'm going to rate this book a 5 stars out of 5. Full marks. This is an absolute pleasure to read. Once again, please keep an eye open for my video, which I will give you a little sneak peek about what I'm planning to do. Over here in the UK, I found the grave of Douglas Adams, and I am planning to go to that graveyard or that cemetery at one point really soon and sit relatively near his grave and discuss this book. So I thought that would be a kind of a cool, respectful way of talking about this book. So please let me know if you're interested in that. If you aren't, then I'm more than happy to do it in my room. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. So let's just get to all the Grimm Brothers fairy tales that I read during May. As some of you may or may not be aware of, I am doing this as a series called Grimm Tuesdays, where every single Tuesday I upload a video dedicated to one of their fairy tales, and I do a whole video on it. And all these fairy tales I'm about to mention have got all videos, so they will be linked down below. So the first one that I read was called The Three Spinsters. This is about a princess that is spoiled and lazy and is trying to spin all this material, or being forced to, and she doesn't want to. So she tricks these 3 elderly women into doing it for her. This was an okay story, nothing special, it was okay. So I give it a 2.5 stars out of 5. Next one was a tale called The 12 Brothers. This is about, obviously, 12 brothers that have been told by their king or their father that if the next child that the queen produces is a girl, then they will be all executed and killed. So they flee into the woods and to await the results of what gender the baby is. And it turns out to be a female, and there's a good scene in the book where all the brothers are turned into crows and they have to save their sister from burning alive. It was a really, really good story. I really enjoyed it. So I rated it a 3.5 stars out of 5. Next was The Magicians of Bremen. And this is about a group of 4 animals. I wouldn't say try to suppress mankind, but they are trying to be separate from mankind and humanity by doing their own separate thing. And they are wanted to be these magicians in this town called Bremen. But they come across a cabin with all these robbers and they spook them. And it was a very quirky story. I really liked it. So I rated it a 3.5 stars out of 5. Next one was one called Little Red Cap. And this is pretty much like Little Red Riding Hood. So I don't have to explain what this one's all about. I think the only difference is that Little Red Cap gets eaten by the wolf. So that was kind of unexpected. I know I should have actually expected the brothers to actually do something like that. But they write all these innocent, sweet fairy tale stories that we're all familiar with or have a very vague sense of. And then they do something really, really, I wouldn't say cruel and evil, but they do something really unexpected that takes you by surprise. But I thought it was an okay story. I've never read Little Red Riding Hood, but I rated Little Red Cap a 3 stars out of 5. And the last story that I read in May from the Grimm Fairy Tales was called The Cat and the Mouse in Partnership. And this is about a cat and mouse that are in a relationship. Whether it's romantic or not, I'm not sure. The book doesn't really go into detail about it. But the cat is trying to keep all this food for himself and sneaking behind the mouse's back to actually eat some of it. And then in the end, they get into an argument which results not too well for the mouse. So I rated The Cat and the Mouse in Partnership a 2.5 stars out of 5. So that's it, guys. That is what I read in May. Let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know what you think. I mean, I think I did quite well. It wasn't a lot of big things, but I think I did my best. So let's just hope that June is going to be, I wouldn't say a better month, but a different type of month. So with all that out of the way, have a great day, read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.